Welcome back to another episode of Behind the Investigation. Today, we're talking about cases that really hit home for me. Scams that target the elderly. Senior citizens are among the most vulnerable in our communities, and criminals prey on that vulnerability. I want to shine a light on these crimes because too often they're dismissed or ignored until it's too late. And in this episode, you're not only going to hear me break down those tactics, you'll also hear actual quotes from the scammer. We've recreated those with AI voiceover that resemble the male voice and foreign accent of the suspect. So you can experience just how convincing and manipulative these calls really are. I'm Mike with Elite Investigations right here in Billings, Montana, and I have over 20 years of law enforcement and more than a decade as a private investigator. I've seen how devastating these scams can be, and that's why I want to take you inside one of these cases today to show you how the scammers operate and what you can do to protect the people you care about. Let's start with why scammers target older adults. Seniors grew up in a time when trust mattered. They're polite, often reluctant to hang up on someone. Many are living alone, which means they're looking for conversation and are more vulnerable to manipulation. And technology isn't always the strength. Online banking, texts, security codes, scammers take advantage of that confusion. According to the FBI, American seniors lose more than $3 billion a year to scams. But the most alarming part? That's only what's reported. Many victims never come forward, either because they don't realize they've been scammed or because they're too ashamed to admit it. Let's walk through one case. We'll call the victim Margaret. She started receiving repeated phone calls from a man claiming he was managing her account. Listen closely to this line.
From the day one, every time I told you not to discuss anything about this, all right, that is all the people around you, right? That's why from the day one, every time I told you not to discuss anything about this.
That's the scammer trying to isolate her, cutting her off from family and friends who might intervene. Then he reassures her.
Just calm down and relax because your money is absolutely safe and secure with us. I told you every day that your money is safe.
This is a false reassurance. He mixes fear with comfort. It's a psychological tactic designed to make the victim trust him, even while he's stealing from her. And here's another manipulation.
This is not a normal account, Mom. I have to put a lot of security on it so that nobody can take the funds away.
This creates confusion. The victim now thinks her money is tied up in a complex system only the scammer can manage. That dependency keeps her under his control. Most scams follow a pattern. Step 1, contact, usually by phone, email, or text. Step 2, the hook. They pose as authority or a family member in crisis. Step 3, that's the control. They isolate and pressure the victim. And step 4, they cash out. The money gets transferred often overseas. In this case, I witnessed the scammer push the victim to open a text message from Google. What he was really doing was sending a password reset request. He wanted her to read that code back to him. If she had, he would have taken control of her email and browser accounts. Think about what that means. Once a scammer has your email, they can reset your bank password, drain your retirement funds, lock you out of your own accounts, and even impersonate you to friends and family. Here's how the scammer put the pressure on.
Unless or until you verify the text message, ma'am, I cannot go ahead and cancel it, and nobody in the whole world can go ahead and cancel it. Ma'am, the thing is that you have to understand this, and you just have to trust me. What I am doing it, that is for your safety and security. All right? I have not taken a single cent from you from the day one. Ma'am, all the Bitcoin, the $47,000 is stored in a wallet. All right? Now that wallet is locked with all the passwords and all that I have given so that nobody can touch your funds. All right? So that's why I am just going ahead and unlocking the features so that we could close the case and we can process the funds to you. Now I'll help you to go ahead and open that up. Just look for a message, ma'am, because unless or until you verify the text message, ma'am, I cannot go ahead and cancel it. And nobody in the whole world can go ahead and cancel it. And trust me, I'm telling you, because this is locked with several passwords. All right? That is for your safety. I have done it.
That's not pressure, that's manipulation, designed to trick her into handing over the keys to her entire digital life. Let's look at the red flags in this case. Urgency and secrecy. Don't discuss this with anyone. False security. Your money is absolutely safe with us. Technically confusing. This is not a normal account. High stakes pressure. This is not $1 or $2, it's $47,000. And here's the biggest one. Being asked to read back a code that came by text or email. That code isn't for you to share. It's the scammer trying to hijack your accounts. If you remember nothing else from this episode, remember this. Never give a verification code to anyone, not a caller, not technical support, not even someone claiming to be your bank. These codes are the keys to your digital life. Handing them over is like giving a criminal the keys to your house, your safe, your checkbook, all at once. So how do we protect our parents and grandparents? Keep an open conversation about scams. Set up bank alerts or unusual withdrawals. Use call blocking apps and remind them, if it's urgent, it can wait 5 minutes to check with family. As a PI, I often get these cases after the damage has already been done. And by then, the victim feels ashamed and the money is gone. But here's the truth. It's not their fault. These scammers are professionals. That's why law enforcement, banks, families, and investigators need to work together. The faster we intervene, the better chance we have of tracing accomplices and stopping transfers and preventing other victims from being targeted. Even if the money can't always be recovered, reporting these scams help us build cases and shut down the networks. In many cases like these, the suspects are overseas. They hide behind fake phone numbers, internet servers, and international bank transfers. That makes it extremely difficult for local police to take direct action. The truth is, law enforcement resources are limited. And unless there's a clear path to a local suspect, these cases often stall. But in the case I was working, something unusual happened. Once I was hired, I discovered this wasn't just a faceless overseas scam. A suspect had actually driven across state lines here in the US just to pick up the victim and take her to the bank for a very large cash withdrawal. That one piece of evidence changed everything. I confirmed the withdrawal with the bank, documented the suspect's involvement, and then contacted the police department. At that point, it was no longer just an overseas scam. We had a live suspect right here in the United States. Once the evidence was in hand, the gears shifted fast. Local police got more involved, and I also reached out to the FBI. And before long, I had 2 special agents from the IRS Criminal Investigation Unit assisting. Suddenly, this case had local police, federal agents, and a private investigator all working together to protect the victim and pursue the suspect. And this is another reason to consider hiring a PI. Police departments are stretched thin, but a PI can dedicate the time, uncover evidence, and push a stalled case forward. In this situation, it turned what looked like a dead end into an active investigation and possibly a prosecution. Elder scams are a silent crime. They don't just take money, they take dignity, trust, and a peace of mind. Families often feel powerless, especially when the scammers are hiding overseas. And many times, police can only do so much with limited resources. But here's the difference. Sometimes when a private investigator gets involved, the case shifts. We can dedicate the hours to dig deeper, connect the dots, and uncover evidence. That evidence can be the spark that gets police and even federal agents moving, just like the case I shared with you today. Now, I want to be clear. Not every case works out this way. Many scams are run by criminals overseas who are nearly impossible to track. But here's the truth. Unless we investigate, we'll never know. And in some cases, that investigation can uncover exactly the evidence needed to make a difference. I'm Mike with Elite Investigations, and this has been Behind the Investigation. If you or someone you love suspects that you're being targeted, don't wait until it's too late. Reach out, get help, and remember, you're not alone. Stay safe, stay curious, and I'll see you on the next video.